Honestly, these last 3.5 weeks have been a bit chaotic, and it's tough to even keep the days straight. But plans are falling into place as everyone involved begins to mesh. Lots has happened since the last update, and it's hard to even know where to start. Prior to any earth-moving work, erosion control measures had to be put in place. Thousands of feet of silt fence was installed, and sediment traps were placed on a number of holes. The sediment traps required a tremendous amount of work, especially considering they are temporary structures that will be filled in once the work around the area is completed. When the upper deck of the hitting bay was removed, the opportunity arose to save 3 large black gums that were tucked between the range and the 9T. The trees had matured over the years, and it was a shame to see them merely cut down. They will be temporarily stored in our ever-expanding tree nursery, located at the back edge of the driving range. The 9T and surrounding area is unrecognizable. The building has been demolished, crushed, and hauled away in a never-ending line of dump trucks. The excavator made quick work of the demo, and its sheer strength was pretty impressive to witness firsthand. The overbuilt stone retaining wall gave the crew a bit of a challenge and required an even bigger excavator and jackhammer in order to complete the demo. The installation of the power line has been a slow and frustrating process. While digging the trench, an 8-inch irrigation main and 5 communication wires were damaged. Unfortunately, the repair of the main line will delay the completion of the conduit install, but is a critical repair as it's a lifeline to the golf course. The Greens Department staff is kept extremely busy, removing irrigation heads ahead of construction and focusing our efforts on tree removal. Despite all the tree work that has taken place over the past several winters, select trees were left in place as safety measures. The new design will reduce the need for the false sense of protection these trees provided and reveal once obstructed vistas of this beautiful property. Labar and his crew have been fantastic to work with early on this project. They have stripped the grass on 2, 4, 7, 10, and 12 green surrounds. The first step in this process is to manually run the sod cutter over the entire area. The sod cutter is set to a very shallow depth, leaving the valuable topsoil behind. Once the area has been cut, the surface is scraped with the loader or mini excavator, and the organic material is loaded and hauled off-site. During this process, the bunker sand is also removed. The sand is being hauled off and dumped onto the 15th fairway. It will later be mixed with soil and used to fill and shape the creeks. The remaining topsoil is skimmed off the surface and stockpiled, and saved till final grading. Number 2, 4, and 12 are currently in the rough grading stage and are starting to take shape. The remaining holes, 16 through 18 and 1, received 2 applications over the last several weeks, and we continue to spot treat heavily infested Bermuda grass areas as needed. The putting green is the only green spot on the entire course. We recently purchased a small walk-behind sprayer that will be used during the grow-in process. We took the opportunity to calibrate and familiarize ourselves with the new piece of equipment on the putting green. The Greens Department building renovations are nearing completion. The slab for the largest of the 3 buildings is scheduled to be poured first thing Monday morning. The Morton buildings turned out amazing. The additional space will greatly improve our daily operations.